Abeokuta, the capital of Ogun State, Nigeria, came alive on Friday, the 11th, and Saturday, the 12th of December 2020, as distinguished guests from all walks of life stormed the city to felicitate with Honorable Dr. Oladipupo Adebutu, son of Nigerian billionaire philanthropist Sir Keynote Adebutu, the Odole Odua, as he was conferred with the prestigious chieftaincy title of Lisa Ajiegba by the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, His Royal Majesty Oba Adedotungbadebo Gbadebo. Honorable Dr. Oladipupo Adebutu, who has set his sight at making resounding impacts as an entrepreneur, holds a degree in analytical chemistry from RTC Athlone and Kallo, Republic of Ireland. Ladi, as he is fondly called, did his National Youth Service Program in Biu, Borno State, and worked in his father's company, the Keynote Industries, from 1988 to 1991. In 1991, he established the Solomon Keynote Agro-Allied Limited, and today, the firm has grown to become a multi-billion naira integrated enterprise. To further his vision to become a leader in the meat processing market in West Africa, Honorable Ladi Adebutu has built a soon-to-be-commissioned processing plant where meat and meat products will be delivered to meet international standards for export and local consumption. As far as employment generation goes, the farm directly or indirectly employs thousands of Nigerians for its operations. Beyond the fact that he is one of the biggest livestock farmers in West Africa, Honorable Ladi Adebutu has investment in real estate and many other sectors. He sits on the boards of several enterprises, such as Premier Luto Limited, where he also serves as an executive director. The two-day event to honor Honorable Ladi Adebutu, which began with a symposium themed Public-Private Partnership for the Development of Ogun State, was held at the Park Inn by Radisson in Abeokuta, owned by his father, Sir Keynote Adebutu. Distinguished personalities in attendance were the Oni of Ife, His Imperial Majesty Oba Adeyeye Ogunse Ojaja II, the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, His Royal Majesty Oba Adedotungbadebo Gbadebo, CFR, the Alakberu of Ikberu, His Royal Majesty Oba Idowu Basibo, the Chairman of Coalman Wire and Cable and Chairman of the occasion, Asiwaju Dr. S.K. Onofowokon, Chief Guest Speaker Professor Patutomi, the Elekbe of Egbe, Shagamu, His Royal Majesty Oba Adewale Oshiberu, Are Kola Oyefeso, as well as other royal fathers and distinguished guests. The discussants for the symposium, moderated by Honorable Kehinde Shogunle, were Professor Ishola Akintoye, Professor Mrs. Teju Shudikbe Shomorin, and Dr. Biodun Adedikbe. The event commenced with the recitation of the national anthem, the Ogun State anthem, and the opening prayer. To set the tone for the day, the Central Planning Committee chairman of the event, Architect Kayode Adebayo, delivered the welcome address, and that was immediately followed by the remarks of the chairman of the occasion. In the chairman's remark, Asiwaju Dr. S.K. Onofowokon congratulated Honorable Ladi Adebutu on the honor and emphasized that he truly deserves it. He appreciated and commended the planning committee members of the event for putting the symposium together.
Firstly, let me give glory to Almighty God for having granted Honorable Dr. Oladipupo Olatunde Adebutu the prestigious title of Lisa Ajiegba, conferred on him by His Royal Majesty Oba Adedotungbadebo Gbadebo, CFR. All those close to you will testify to the fact that it is Oladipupo Adebutu, the Lisa Ajiegba, for painstakingly extolling the values and virtues of the Adebutu dynasty. I say thank you very much. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. All of you are welcome.
The chief host of the occasion, Honorable Dr. Ladi Adebutu, in his remarks said, "Most people think that systems fail due to religion, ethnicity or tribalism, which often is not true. He said systems fail due to hunger, and if hunger is to be eradicated, there must be cooperation between public and private organizations, because it is only then that prosperity will be shared among everyone.
I truly believe that when a system fails because of hunger. People believe systems fail because of religion and so on and so forth. People adduce failure to a lot of reasons. Ethnicity, tribalism, and so on. No failure system. A hungry man is a hungry man. When the system fails because of hunger, it is because people have not prospered. When people have not prospered, it brings hunger. The likes of Madam Tinubu, the likes of people that founded Egbaland, the Kutis and so on and so forth, they created wealth in this society. They learned to deal with our colonial masters and they created wealth. They created wealth. Wọ́n create ajé. Ajé is not only about money. It is about creation of wealth. Ọgbọ́n àtinúdá. It is those that are able to use that acumen that have been able to create wealth. It is that kind of wealth, that creation of wealth, that has bred success. It is that kind of wealth that leads to cooperation between the private sector and the public sector. Ọgbọ́n làgbàlagbà fi ń sá fún màálù. You do not confront government, you cooperate with government. And it is the government that is able to cooperate with its people that succeeds.
Swiftly afterwards was the paper presentation of Professor Pat Utomi. In his presentation, Professor Pat Utomi said, Nigeria as a country has been talking about public-private partnership for many years, but still, no impact has been made, despite adopting several paths followed by other countries, especially Singapore. He associated the little or no impact made so far to lack of discipline and development.
There is really nothing that Singapore did that we have not tried to do in Nigeria. The result has been the exact opposite. And so the question is, why? Now, the starting point of the answer to the question why is the place of discipline in development, the place of commitment, the place of integrity in development. And one of the things I say very frequently is that Singapore's progress was significantly the result of forced savings. That is, the people saved by force into pension funds, into housing funds. One of the most significant institutional drivers of Singapore's development is the HDB, the Housing Development Board of Singapore. We established the same housing fund. I remember discussions with Yashwaju here on that matter in the Council of the Lagos Chamber. Has it had the same effect in Nigeria? No. Today, somebody's on trial for money disappearing from pension fund. We have to be honest about why we have not succeeded in many things.
In his paper presentation titled The Imperative of New Pathways, Professor Pat Utomi gave a historic account of Nigeria's development. He noted that to understand development, a number of fundamental variables must be considered, which include the kind of policy choices made, the strength of our institutions, human capital, entrepreneurship, and our values, while leadership has a very central role to play.
I think all of us here should really feel a deep sense of personal shame that our children are likely to have a quality of life worse than we had. It should be a matter of personal shame to all of us. Because in most societies, the basic question people ask is your life better today than it was a few years ago? Every generation is expected to have a better life than the generation before. Sadly for us, we as teenagers, as young professional men and women, have had a better life than our children are having. That is very sad. And we must not let this continue.
Later on, the discussants gave their views on the paper presentation of Professor Patutomi. There was a question and answer session as Professor Patutomi provided answers to the questions asked. Next was the royal blessing from His Royal Majesty, Oba Adebutu and the Oni of Ife, His Imperial Majesty, Oni Adeyeye Ogunse Ojaja II.
I want to thank the organizers for this very, very impressive and thought-provoking symposium that we have had today. They have told us that the time of passing blame is over. We should start whatever you can do now to change Nigeria for better, and stop blaming others. What we are taking away from here today is more than you can imagine. So I want to thank all the contributors for what you have been able to add to why we came here. None of us is going back the way we had come. We have improved tremendously. Even the emphasis from Professor Shiwaju on development of our roads, particularly when you say you are gateway and you have no way. It is better to do something about the gateway state in Nigeria. So I want to thank the host of today, Baba Zebu, who is also an illustrious son himself. And by the grace of God, he will be greater than the Baba. I wish you a very successful installation tomorrow. And at the title that we are giving you, as I explained yesterday, if you are next to Onuwo, you are Odofi. If you are next to Odofi, what are you? You are Nisa. And when you are Nisa Ajay, you are Nisa of all commercial activities. The Nisa of creation of wealth. You create the Nisa of employment opportunities in Ogun State. And I pray that you will succeed. And we shall all succeed with him. Thank you. God bless you. Àdúrà ni mo máa ṣe fún ẹni tí a ti torí ẹ̀ wá síbí. Nítorí pé tó bá pe èèyàn ní Lisa Ajé ní gbogbo Ẹ̀gbá, oyè ńlá ni o. Ajé òníre, ire ni ojú ajé máa ń rí o. Kò sẹ́ni tó rí ajé tí inú ẹ̀ bàjẹ́ rí o, ire lójú yín máa rí o. Ajé oníre ògúngúlùsọ̀, nítorí pé gbogbo ibi tí ẹ bá rí ajé, gbogbo ẹ máa sọ kùtù yọ̀yọ̀ ní agbára Ọlọ́run. Ajé ò ní wọ́n yín o, gbogbo àdáwọ́lé yín a máa yọrí sí rere o, ẹ ní ṣubú ẹ ní dànù o, tẹbítẹbí yín gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń náwó sí láyé Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè á máa jẹ́ kó tó yín lọ́wọ́ ni o.
The vote of thanks was delivered by the chairperson, Symposium Committee, Mrs. Tayo Agumbiade. The event was brought to an end with a closing prayer led by Imam Abdul Latif Oderinde. The second phase of the outing was indeed a double dose of celebration for Honorable Ladi Adebutu and his amiable wife, Chief Mrs. Adenike Omolola Adebutu, as they were both conferred with the title of Mayegun and Erelu Mayegun of Ijeun land in Abeokuta by the Balogun of Ijeun, Alhaji Chief Usman Akombi Kushimo. Honorable Chief Dr. Oladipupo Adebutu and his beautiful jewel, Chief Mrs. Adenike Adebutu, were indeed looking elegant in their white royal attires as they made their way into the Ijeun Town Hall at Oke Ijeun in Abeokuta, where the conferment exercise was done. In the remarks of the Balogun of Ijeun land, Alhaji Chief Usman Akombi Kushimo, he said the occasion is quite a unique one because it's been a while the community received such a prominent personality, and that the last of such visitor was Chief Obafemi Awolowo. He said it was a privilege to welcome and confer the chieftaincy title on Honorable Ladi Adebutu and his wife, and prayed for a successful reign for him and his wife. This immediately led to the installation exercise and the presentation of certificates to Honorable Chief Ladi Adebutu and his wife. Later on, guests proceeded to the palace of the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, His Royal Majesty Oba Adedotu Aremugbadebo, CFR Okukenu IV, for the big chieftaincy conferment on Honorable Chief Dr. Oladipupo Adebutu and his beautiful wife, Chief Mrs. Adenike Adebutu, as the Lisa Ajiegba and Erelu Lisa Ajiegba. The ambience in the palace was fully charged up with so much joy and excitement as indigents came out in large numbers to welcome Dr. Oladipupo Adebutu, who is indeed following in the steps of his father, Sir Chieftaincy Adebutu, in philanthropic works. Dignitaries in attendance were the Oni of Ife, His Imperial Majesty Oni Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojaja II, the Dagburewe of Idowa, Oba Yunisa Adekoya, represented the Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebu Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Oba Sikiru Adetona, the Agura of Bagura, His Royal Majesty Oba Saburi Bakre, the Alakberu of Ikberu Remo, His Royal Majesty Oba Idowu Basibo, the Abomawe of Agoiwoyi, His Royal Majesty Oba Abdurazak Adenugba, Chairman of Coleman Wire and Cable Asiwaju Dr. S.K. Onofowokon, wife of billionaire philanthropist Sir Chieftaincy Adebutu, CON, Chief Mrs. Koforola Adebutu, Iyalode of Yoruba land, Iyalode Alaba Lawson, among other distinguished guests. The event kicked off with the Ogun State Anthem, after which homage was paid to His Royal Majesty Oba Adedotu Aremugbadebo, CFR, by the traditional chiefs of Egbaland. Without further ado, the man of the moment, Honorable Chief Dr. Ladi Adebutu and his wife, made their way into the arena to be officially conferred with a chieftaincy title. They paid homage to His Royal Majesty Oba Adedotu Aremugbadebo, CFR, after which the installation exercise and oath of allegiance were carried out.
I, Oladipupo Adebutu, now installed as Lisa Aje of Egbaland today, pledge to perform all duties attached to me, to my title to the best of my ability, honestly, conscientiously, and loyally. I will endeavor to obey all rules, regulations, procedures, customs and traditions of the Egbaland, as laid down by Kabiyesi, the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland. I will relate to all chiefs
that are senior to me with respect,
regardless of my personal position,
endowment in life.
and endowment in life.
I will equally relate to other chiefs
that
are junior or contemporary to me
contemporary to me
with absolute cordiality.
with absolute cordiality.
I will as long as I live.
I will as long as I live.
Promote and encourage the development of Egbaland Nation.
Promote and encourage the development of Egbaland Nation
And her people.
and her people.
Finally, I will support Kabiyesi.
Finally, I will support Keynote
Not His Majesty laudable endeavors.
in all His Majesty laudable endeavors. So help me God.
Ìtàgé kan ìrẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀ o. Èmi ń wé o. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ò ní kọ̀lẹ̀kẹ̀ o.
Àṣẹ.
Ìtàgé rẹ̀ ẹ bá wọnú ẹ̀ gbogbo inú ìtàgé ló mọ́.
Báwa.
O ò ní fẹ́ ní kankan sínú o.
Àṣẹ.
Ìgbà ìsàwọn èèyàn máa
Àṣẹ.
ẹni bá dẹ̀ níbo ló máa gbà wọ́n ló máa jàkàrà wọn.
Àṣẹ.
Ẹ̀gẹ́ rèé torí kó dàbí adé àlògbó àlòtọ́ o.
Àṣẹ. Tèmbà. 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 Òṣèṣe ògbé lórí tèmbà.
Ìwé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀rẹ́ o.
Ẹ̀wọ̀dé kó yín má kù. Kóró gbẹ́rù 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 gbẹ́rù.
Ìwé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀rẹ́ ìwé ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ fún ẹ o.
Àṣẹ.
Ìdájọ́ o ò ní gbà tọ̀ràn o.
Àṣẹ.
Yorùbá ń dé á máa fọwọ́ ẹwọ̀ ẹ̀.
Àṣẹ.
O ò ní ṣírí o ò ní tí ò ní jẹ́ o.
Àṣẹ.
Owó ló fi jìkì níyàn o. Ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ o. Ọmọ ìlú gọ̀lẹ̀lẹ̀ wà á lè ṣe wà lọ́tọ̀ o. Ìlà ìrẹ́lú Lísà rè o. Lísà jẹ́. Ilé wọn kọ́.
Ọba kí o.
Abẹ́rẹ́ rè o. Yorùbá ń dé àmàfọ̀wọ́ ẹwọ̀ o. O ò ní tí ò ní jẹ́ o. Ìwé ayọ̀ èrè o. Ìwé ìdùnnú ló máa jẹ́ fún ẹ o.
Àṣẹ.
Ọkọ ní iṣẹ́ ọmọ rẹ o.
Àṣẹ.
Ọkọ ní ṣe ìwà àtọkọ rẹ o.
Àṣẹ.
Èṣù òní kó sí ìlànà o.
Àṣẹ. Èrè lórí nínú àdúgbò.
After that, the royal fathers present showered prayers on the newly installed Lisa Adebutu and the Relu Lisa Adebutu, Honorable Chief Dr. Ladi Adebutu and his wife, Chief Mrs. Adebutu. The event was brought to an end with the recitation of the Ogun State Anthem as guests proceeded to the Park Inn by Radisson, Abeokuta, where the reception party in honor of Honorable Chief Dr. Ladi Adebutu and his wife, Chief Mrs. Adebutu, was held. Guests were duly shown the warmth and hospitality of the Adebutu family. They were well taken care of with different cuisines and exotic drinks. It was indeed merriment all the way till the very end.
Chief Adebutu, Oladipupo, Adebutu, jẹ́jẹ́ bàbá jẹ̀bú bàbá ẹ̀yin lè máa kú oríire jẹ́ni o.
From the chairman and CEO Biscon Communications, Prince Bisi Olatilo, and his amiable wife, Mrs. Folashade Olatilo, it's congratulations to Honorable Chief Dr. Oladipupo Adebutu, the Lisa Aji of Egbaland, and Chief Mrs. Adeniki Adebutu, the Erelu Lisa Aji of Egbaland, on the great honor.